Welcome back. Now, the Law Reform and Development Commission, LRDC, in conjunction with the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, are concluding a series of public consultations on proposed amendments to the MVA Fund Act. The final round of engagements is scheduled for this Wednesday, which is tomorrow. But in the capital city, and joining us for a review on the regional consultations is LRDC Project Officer Simeon Riruako. Mr. Riruako, a very good morning.
Good morning, madam, and thanks for having us in your studio.
Well, thank you so much.
We are aiming up for the final leg of a broader public consultation.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Just to reflect our collective minds, first things first, the proposal included the introduction of levies for foreign and local vehicles, as well as for electric vehicles. What exactly does this proposal entail?
The proposal is a proactive steps that aim in order to ensure that there is additional revenue streams to be sourced from vehicles that are powered by electricity and gas. You normally know that in terms of a legal framework under the Mineral Product Act, that provision is there, but for certain reasons, it was not utilized. Traditionally, the fund will rely on the source of primary sources of fuel by diesel, for diesel and petrol only. So we want to at least to make sure that there is an increasing trend of cars that are running in our public roads, but also are powered by the electricity and gas, and therefore they are not contributing to the fund.
All right.
Yes.
Now, the consultations are coming to an end. If you could perhaps just take us back to the beginning of the consultations, how would you sum them up so far from all the regions that you've done them in?
Yeah, it's a very good question. The consultations across, I want to extend my greatest gratitude for the 10 around of the active Namibian populations who were passionate and energetic, and they've been take their time in order to come out and to participate in a very important national task. From a consultation, we'll be able to cover that common themes. Most of the issues that are frequent were issues relating to the issue of a prescription. As you know, that in terms of the legal framework, the prescription was set out at 1 year, and now we want to extend it to 1 year and 6 months. So that is one of the frequent issues. The second issue was also the issue of pickup bakkies. As you know, under the existing legal framework, the issue of pickup bakkie, there was a limitation in terms of the benefit that been payable to the claimants. So we have done away with that limitations. I think the second issue, the third issue also, which was also paramount, was the issues of the type of benefit, and also to provide clarity on the categorization of foreign nationals, or what type of benefit they are entitled and so on, and also on the issues of the power of the minister to prescribe by regulations the monetary awards to be given by the fund.
All right. Now, another amendment basically deals with the removal of monetary value benefits of claims. Does that basically proposed amendment change the claiming process now for those who have been in car accidents?
Not at all, my lady, because it is aimed in terms of consolidation the existing benefits. You may remember we are trying to close the loopholes that exist within the legal framework. For instance, the current act was silent on the issues of payment of local currencies. So we want to make sure that we prescribe that it should be only made in terms of Namibian dollars. And also the second issue is also the current act also was silent on the issues of transfer, cession and subrogation of claims, which are also prohibited expressly in the proposed amendments.
All right.
So I think we are not taking any benefits. In fact, we are just consolidating the existing benefits.
All right. Now, you mentioned closing the loops. Why is there a need to make these amendments to the law, apart from, of course, closing those loops?
There is a need, in fact, because if the law doesn't close the existing gaps in the law, then it exposes the fund to financial losses and so on. So as the society grows, as industry grows, and as people become more innovative, there's always a need for us to revisit our laws to make sure that our laws are responsive and is living laws and live and speak to the current contemporary issues.
All right. Earlier on, I mentioned that the consultations will be concluding tomorrow,
Yes.
right here in the capital city. Will people still be able to submit their written input when it comes to the process?
That's a very good question. We are still inviting written submissions from a broader public, as well as the academia, the law society, and the targeted stakeholders that we have already previously engaged. They can make written submissions to hand deliver to law reforms, 8th floor, Sanlam Building, Independence Avenue, to Mr. Riruako or to the Chief Charles Ogwanda, the head of law reform and policy and legislation. Alternatively, also they can send by email to simeon.riruako@moj.gov.na.
All right. So what then happens once the consultations are done?
Once the consultation is done, then we go back to the drawing board, and the most important part of our duty as part of a law reform is to review the existing, to review all the comment, the input, the proposal, objections that have been raised, and also secondly is for us to consider the legal and policy consideration that will come along, and so on. And thirdly, also it will be culminate in a report in terms of Section 9 of our Act, whereby the chairperson have to provide that report to the minister, and the minister cause that report to be tabled in the National Assembly.
All right. So when can we expect it to be tabled in the National Assembly?
We don't have an exact time, but we are positive, and maybe within, I wouldn't want to comment, but as soon as possible. I think it will be a fair answer.
All right. Mr. Riruako, when and where will the consultations be taking place tomorrow?
The consultation will be held at the Gateways Center, I understand it's in Kommersdal.
Yes.
At the corner of Hans Dietrich Street and Florence Nightingale.
And who is welcome to attend these consultations?
Everybody is welcome. The broader public is welcome, and also the visitors to Windhoek. If you are even coming for, it happen to be you are from Moshekati, but you find yourself on that particular time in Windhoek, please come and do and exercise your democratic right to make sure that the laws are responsive, and we make sure that we are going to make sure that the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund become more, providing more greater benefits, but also making sure that they are sustainable in the long run.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to bring to our attention before we let you go?
Once again, I want to extend our appreciations for the turnout and the productive engagement, and also further, I want also to express my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families of recent hate and hate collisions that happened.
All right. Well, Mr. Riruako, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and all the best with the consultations.
It is our pleasure.
All right.